My name is High Chief Michael Kayode Ajayi. I'm a security expert, a management consultant, and a public analyst. Yes, my mind is that the emergence of Bola Tinubu, or the winner of the 2023 presidential election, is as foretold by me. I had predicted his victory long before now. Even before the primaries, and all my friends watching this video will agree with me when I predicted that he was going to win the primaries. And he won. When it came to the presidential election, I also predicted his victory because I saw it coming. And I'll be glad if they watch this video and see that what I said happened. I received congratulatory messages from most of them. Most of them started calling me as if I was Tinubu, that congratulating me for his victory. And I knew he was going to win. And he won, free and fair. Since 1999, this is the freest election we've ever had. Unfortunately, what do you expect? Those who contested with him were not happy. That is expected. In the run-up to that election, there were many fake pollsters predicting that Obi is number 1, Atiku is number 2. I laughed because any student of statistics will ask you, what is your sample size? What is the methodology you use in arriving at that? But again, a lot of people don't understand the terrain of politics. All those fake pollsters were released to prepare the minds of Nigeria, such that if eventually Obi lost the election, they will now say there was rigging. And that's precisely the picture that happened. I saw it that time and I said it, that all these fake pollsters were wrong. It is even sad that even the Pentecostal movement, who ought to give Caesars, according to Jesus Christ, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, enter the murky water of politics and start making miserable prediction, saying that Atiku will win. Even Christ Embassy even went to a ludicrous extent of saying that the name of the next president is in the Bible, and he named Peter. So Apostle Suleiman said it was Atiku. So you can see how ridiculous these people drag the name of Christ into the murky water of politics. It is a very sad development. And again, the presidential candidate of Labour Party did not make things good. He started going to Christian churches to make sure that they identify with his aspiration. The question I asked, Mr. Peter Obi, are you going to be the president of the Christians alone? In a country of multifarious religion, you are supposed to be the president of all. The Pentecostal movement, the Christendom cannot never make you the president of this country, no matter how you try. You are supposed to be the president of both the Muslim animists and the Christians. Unfortunately, you misfired. President Jonathan did the same thing with the Pentecostal movement when he took them to Israel for a pilgrimage. And people like Orisha Jeffo was prodding him on that he has been anointed by God to win. But he lost. All these bishop, reverend, pastors, and so on should just allow politics to be. Face your pulpit. Stop telling us that Christian ticket will not win. It has won. It has won. Tinubu did not go to pick a Muslim running mate because he wanted to Islamize Nigeria, as most of them were preaching. He picked it based on political sagacity. He has calculated that for me to win, this is how it's going to be. But rather than them understanding his objective, his motive, the red meanings, he wants to Islamize Nigeria. I don't know if the man could not Islamize his wife, who is a pastor. I wonder how he could Islamize entire Nigeria. And some people fall for debate. And we are preaching preaching in the church, don't vote for Muslim tickets. Religion is not the problem of this country. But unfortunately, Mr. Peter Obi came to campaign on areas that we have already resolved, that we want to remain as one. Nigeria is not a theocratic state. So I don't know whether he wants to be a president of Christian alone, and then you want to be the president of Christian Nigeria. If you want to do that, then you go to Khan and contest for election. Then you become president of Khan. But if you want to become president of this country, you must accommodate the Muslims, give them their right of place. You must accommodate the animists, give them right of place. You must accommodate the Christians. That is how to be. This is not Anambra Obi, where he Catholics above any other religion. This is Nigeria. So this is one lesson Mr. Peter Obi must learn, that Nigeria belongs to all religion. Well, the Constitution is very clear. You must win a quarter of the vote in 2/3 of 36 states and federal capital. Tinubu broke the record. He won 30 states, as against 25, which Obasanjo won then. Obasanjo never won beyond 25 states, but Tinubu won 30 states. And if you look at the spread, it was just 6 states to capture the whole country. So that is to show you the acceptability of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is the first time a presidential candidate will have a quarter of the vote in 30 states. And that the country is calm, celebrating in calmness, is to show you the acceptability. When President Buhari lost in 2011 to Jonathan, they were burning houses in the north. But this time around, nobody is burning houses. But the opponents will say, oh, they are not. People celebrated in their houses, and they were happy. Let's assume that Peter Obi, against the run of play, had been announced as the president. By now, this country will be burning. But people don't understand. So the performance of Bola Tinubu is remarkable. Even look at it. Peter Obi took all the votes in Southeast. Let me even read the figures to you in Southeast. In Southeast, in Abia, he scored about 80% of the vote, leaving his other opponents, other contestants, with paltry 3%, 4%, 2%. None of them even got 10%. In Anambra, he got 95%. In Oeboyi, he got 80%. In Enugu, he got 94%. In Imo, he got 77%. That is funny. So other candidates who had campaigned, even where you have sitting governors, they was giving, just allocating 4%, 3%, 6%. Even for those who are even talking that Peter Obi, who claimed he won the election, is funny. The total votes, Peter Obi, if total he scored in the Southeast, is 1,960,589. If you take the total vote of Peter Obi in Southeast from the total vote he scored nationally, which is 6,101,533, he will be left with 4,140,944. Now, come back to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nationally, he scored 8,794,726. If you remove the entire votes of 6 states in the Southwest from his total vote, of 2,279,107, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be left with 6,515,601, still ahead of Peter Obi, who claimed he won. And here you find PDP claiming that they have won the election. They are just like the biblical prostitutes. One slept over the baby and died. The other one did not sleep over his own baby and was alive. King Solomon, when they approached King Solomon, he said, bring me the sword, let me determine who owned the child. Until one of them said, no, leave the child. The other one said, oh, let's kill the child. So two of them are struggling over one victory, which Bola and Tinubu had clinched. They were all given the same result from the polling units, from EC8A, given to all the parties. They all have it in their situation room. And rather than contest it at the polling units, Mr. Dino Melaye went to the National Coalition Center to disturb the peace of the center. I call him Orubebe 2 of 2023. He's Orubebe 2. He's no longer Dino Melaye. He's Orubebe 2 of 2023. Yakub Mahmoud could not do anything because he was receiving the result as they came from the states. As they come from their various locations, local governments, wards. That was a collation center, not an amendment center. You had opportunity to contest it from the polling unit to the ward level, to the local government, to the state. 4 levels before you get to the national center. And then you go there and you are raking. Even just barely about 6 hours after the election. Now that the election had been concluded, a winner emerged. It's unfortunate again that PDP elders were parading themselves nakedly in the street of Abuja in the name that they want the election cancelled. When we all know that once INEC has announced that election has been concluded, the winner has emerged, they cannot do anything anymore. They cannot cancel. You have to go to the court. Haven't approached the court, you still go, you are going to the street to demonstrate. And what is the plan? The strategy is that they want the election to be cancelled such that they will not go back again and re-strategize. This time around, they want Peter Obi to step down for Atiku. They have promised him secretary to government so that they will now face Bola Ahmed. But that is not possible. You have to, he cannot, the victory of Bola Tinubu does not belong to him again. That World Cup he showed everywhere does not belong to him. It belongs to the entire Nigerians who voted for him. We will take Bola Ahmed Tinubu to court if he concedes. Because that victory is the victory for Nigerians. Thank you very much. You know, they are still reading some section of the constitution that says you must score a quarter of the vote in 2/3 of Nigerian states and federal capital. You see, they don't even understand. They are saying that even if you win 36 states, if you don't win Abuja, you have not won. That is not the spirit. There is what is called letter and spirit of the constitution. What is the spirit of the constitution? Spread. That in all your victory, you must have national spread. So all these technicalities they are trying to introduce, you must win Abuja before your victory can be validated. That is not true. It's the spirit behind that. The spirit of national spread. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, out of 36 states and federal capital, he was able to score 30. That is fantastic. It's the first time a presidential candidate will score 30, have a quarter of the vote in 30 states. First time. So, you know, he has coasted home to victory. We should celebrate with him. Now, unfortunately, again, you see some, what I would call bad belly. They have started making their useless, miserable prediction. Bola Tinubu will not be inaugurated. But this is not the first time you have been saying it. You said he will not win primary, he won. You said he will not win the presidency, he won. Now is that he will not be inaugurated. Certainly, inshallah, by the grace of God, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be inaugurated. We shall all celebrate. And I will pick my phone again, I'll start calling you. Watch him at Eagle Square. He's going to be sworn in. You are even saying he will not, maybe if after swearing he will not, he will last. The same thing, people like Dino, what is it called, this guy, Fayoshe, said about President Buhari, that he will not survive the first time. He has survived first time. He has survived second time. If there's even a third time, he might even survive the third time. Bola Tinubu will spend all his terms and Nigeria will change for good. Yes. You know, another ludicrous fallacy that they peddled is that Obi is the face of the youth. That is false. That is blatant falsehood. How did they arrive at that? Before you can say that Obi has harvested the votes of the youth, the election must be concluded, number one. Secondly, you must get the total number of votes cast in this election, presidential election. Then you begin to analyze the demographics. And then when you analyze the demographics, party by party, how much of the youth in this bracket voted for Obi, in this bracket voted for APC, PDP, and other parties. Then you now look at which of them has significant number above all other parties. You have not done that, and you are saying that Peter Obi is the face of the youth. Who told you? Until you have done that analysis before you can conclude. And by the time you come back to that analysis, you find that even Bola Tinubu had more youths that voted for him than Peter Obi. That is what you should do. Wait for the analysis. Let the dust settle, and then we do the analysis. Are you saying there are no youth in PDP? Are you saying there are no youth in NPP? So Peter Obi is not the face of the youth. You can say he's the face of the Southeast. Yes, I agree. I won't dispute that, because he got all his votes, most of his votes from Southeast. And that is the tendency in the Southeastern politics. I will make a little bit reference to the 1979 general election. In 1978, the Unity Party of Nigeria emerged. It was the first party that batted with their slogans, their party anthems, and they were ready to go. The next party after them was National Party of Nigeria. The next party that emerged was NPP. Then you have Nigeria Advanced Party. Now, it was very clear that Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the late stage, was going to fly the flag of UPN. It was against that divide that time. MPN was going to field a northern candidate, and Alhaji Ibrahim Shagari emerged. For NPP, there were a lot of contestants wanting to vie for the presidency. But unfortunately, most of the Southeasterners could not get the presidential ticket on the platform of MPN or UPN. So they went and approached Zik, woke him up, and asked him to come and contest on the platform of NPP. Zik had retired from politics prior to that time. As soon as he entered the race on the platform of NPP, the party broke into pieces. And all the Southeasterners followed him into NPP. This angered some of the politicians, particularly Alhaji Ibrahim Waziri, who left to form Great Nigerian People's Party. That was what led to the birth of Great Nigerian People's Party. Because the time was so short that he could not, if he didn't work fast, he wouldn't fly he wouldn't be able to register the party. So what he simply did was to put G, Great Nigerian People's Party. So it is the same way that the Southeasterners swam into NPP that this repeated itself again in 2023. All went straight into Labour Party. But you can see that Bola Tinubu won everywhere. One in the Northwest, one in North Central, one in Southwest. So it is very clear that if you want to become president of this country, you must have national spread. There's no two way about it. If Bola Tinubu had contested based on religion, that is a Muslim, he would have lost. But he contested as a nationalist, as a defender of democracy. What you need in this country going forward is a defender of democracy. You know his role during the Nadeko period, when most of these politicians ran under their bed to hide. Bola Tinubu stuck his head, fought for democracy. So you need real Democrats in government going forward. If Nigerian democracy must survive, you need somebody who had fought in the trenches, who had gone to battle to fight for the restoration of democracy in this country. And it is that kind of person that can defend democracy. My advice to them is they should not listen to these, how would I call them, desperate politicians. They should not listen to these desperate politicians. Their children are not here. Most of them, their children are abroad, enjoying life. And they want to use your head to break the coconut. Don't allow them to use your head to break coconut. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is for the youth. His government is for the youth and for all Nigerians, irrespective of your demographics. A man who headed a government that pays free white fee, irrespective of your tribe. The young ones are youth. He did a program of one-day governor in Lagos State to promote youth. The first winner of that program was an Igbo boy, whom he gave scholarship, because the moment you get to become the one-day governor, you are giving scholarship. What did he do that for? To promote youth. Peter Obi never did that. By the antecedents, we will now know who is promoting the interests of the youth. It's Bola Tinubu. One-day governor program is for the youth. They should tell us what Peter Obi has done. Don't say I'm hard on him. I'm angry because it's what annoys me. The politics of deception, deceiving the youths that is their messiah. Peter Obi is not the messiah of the youths. So they should just leave him for what he is. He's a religious bigot, he's a tribal bigot, and that is not what we need. We thought we have gone beyond this. But this man now has reawakened this consciousness, this terrible disease. So when you talk of youth, Bola Ahmed has demonstrated that it's for the youth. The one-day governor program he did in Lagos State is promotion of the youth for excellence. Paying their white fee in Lagos State, irrespective of your tribe, is promotion of the youth. Providing bursary scholarship award to young ones is promotion of youth. So Peter Obi has not told us what he has done, because the one-day program, he made sure that successive government in Lagos State sustained that program. Up till date, they are doing it. So let us see who has promoted the interest of the youth out of it. Is Peter Obi. Unfortunately, Peter Obi is not even in the mold of Raji Fashola. He's not even in the mold of the Akpabios. He's not even in the mold of Udom, or in the mold of Wike, the man of the moment, or Zulum of Borno State, where you see a lot of infrastructural changes in their states. So the Southeasterners saw it as the face of them in this election. He's not even in the mold of our great Soludo, one of the best central state governors, central bank governors we ever had. So when you begin to say, when the youth should just go and see how what they can do for this government, because Bola Ahmed has assured them that his government will promote the interests of the youths, and I am sure, I can bet everything that he's going to do so. We may even be having one-day president. Because we had one day governor in Lagos State. Maybe now that is regime, we may have one-day president. All this is to encourage the youth that you don't go to don't do drugs, no tramadol, no yahoo, no all this. That was why Bola Ahmed Tinubu was promoting one-day governor, showcasing their talents, intellectual and cerebral quality. That was what Bola Tinubu was doing when he was promoting the one-day governor. But people didn't understand. They didn't decode it. But now they can begin to see those ones that were given scholarship, all of them have emerged. They are success story and manifestation of the love that Bola Tinubu has for the youth. So don't forget, we might be having one day president in Nigeria very soon. My expectation is just like the expectation of every Nigerian. My expectation, I repeat again, is like the expectation of an average Nigerian. We want better living standards. We expect our economy to improve. We expect an improvement in our currency. We have seen the bad management of our currency by the politician, central bank governor Emefiele. This is the worst central bank governor we've ever had in history. And his role, let me even digress a bit, his role affected this election negatively. People were talking of low turnout. They should ask him, at what point in time did he release money to the central bank governor, to the Yakub Mahmoud of INEC? Because the money, you know, with this cashless policy, there are certain expenditure you must carry out that is cash related in the distribution of logistics. We have not even evaluated the danger and the wicked negative effect of his currency swap that he did. You know, if you ever work closely with INEC, they distribute election materials on the election day. There are some services that will require cash. You want to offload, you want to unload electoral materials. You are going to pay them, the laborers, you are going to pay them cash. If you are going to go to one point or the other, like those, if you are going to vote, so you know, INEC came out with changing the polling units and so on to make it easier. Some people did not have time to check their respective polling units. So on the date of election, they were trying to move around to see where they could vote. Again, there was no money to pay for either motorcyclists or take a vehicle and so on and so forth to move around. It affected turnout. It affected turnout. And that again, sorry, brings me to the issue of beavers. They told us that this election is the worst. People did not turn out. There was massive turnout to the extent of those who want to really vote. The beavers have shown us that those who really voted are the real voters. Remember, Senator Mantu confessed that they normally write result at home, and he begged Nigerians to forgive him. That was what has been happening since 1999. They sit down at home, write results, snatch ballot boxes, stuff the ballot box with the ballot papers and so on. That was what was in vogue. But with the coming of beavers now, it has helped us to edit fake voters. You can't sit at home again and write results. It will be cancelled. You snatch ballot papers, it will be cancelled. So that is what happens with beavers. Beavers is just the magic box that has helped us to provide a clean election. In addition to your question of expectation, is the issue of security. Security is a big problem in this country now. We all know this. It has affected all aspects of our lives. So I know that with Bola Tinubu, the level of insecurity will be reduced. People will be able to pursue their various vocations. You'll be able to travel anywhere you want to go. Security has assumed a new dimension in the world. You use technology to fight crimes, but the use of technology so far has not been something that you can applaud. You don't throw your soldiers to go and look for Boko Haram. This is not the normal conventional war. So you need drones. So we want to see the new president of Nigeria to look into the area of using drones. Divide Nigeria into zones, security zones, fully fortified, with all the instrumentalities of fighting crimes. That is what we are expecting, the new expectation. So security has to be brought to its knees. All these Boko Haram, ISWAP, bandits should be eliminated in all states of Nigeria. And I'm sure before the end of this year, you hardly hear them again with Bola Tinubu. The way he tackled insecurity in Lagos State, he's going to do the same at the national level. Going back to the expectation, we expect improvement in the energy sector. Nigeria is having cannot boast of 6,000 megawatts. The magic he did in Lagos when he brought Aaron and Obasanjo frustrated him, this time no Obasanjo to frustrate him. So we want our energy supply to improve so as to encourage all those industries that have gone out to return back home. We want all those things we buy, batteries, cars, and so on, we want the assembly plants in Nigeria to create employment. Instead of the youth doing jackpot, they want them to stay here and work and contribute to the development of Nigeria. Infrastructure, we want it to improve. We want to see the east-west rail working. We want to see the northwest, east-west, and northeast to Port Harcourt. We want to see those rail systems working. Because the amount we spend on road transportation, repair, or construction is too high. But once because they carry heavy loads. But once you can do the railway system, you have improved the lives of Nigeria because it's cheaper and safer. So we want more food. We want the price of food to drop. Inflation is about 21.8 now. We want a single-digit inflation. Those are the expectations of Nigeria. We want improvement in energy. We want more industries, ease of doing business. And then again, he will help us to clean corruption. Because corruption is one of the bane of development in Nigeria. We want him to improve and ensure that the EFCC of his period will be the best ever. Not as it is presently constituted. We want the best of EFCC. We want the best of the police. We want the best of the army. So Nigeria needs a reset. Let me just put it in a nutshell. Nigeria needs a total reset so that we move away from the trajectory where we are coming now to a new trajectory that will bring happiness to the greatest number of Nigerians. And then we want to prove those who are saying that it will not pass, we want to prove them wrong. We want to show the youths the quality of Bola Tinubu. I wish him all the best. My name is High Chief Michael Kayode Ajayi. I'm a security expert, a management consultant, and a public analyst.